Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. I do hope you're well. My name is Average J, and this is my review for Hill Climb Racing, which is a simple game about pressing pedals on the screen. Literally brake and gas. Keep things simple, much like myself, I approve. You go along collecting your in-game currency, your coins. You also get funds for doing stunts, gaining air, that sort of thing. But it's still really simple because it's just, the accelerator tilts you one way, the brake tilts you the other, and that's it. The game itself is a lot longer, or a lot more time consuming than you might think if you haven't played it before. It's if you're going to want to get anywhere, it's going to either be expensive or very grindy, because it's going to take a lot of time to get anywhere near the funds you need to unlock all of the vehicles and the tracks. There's lots of achievements in the game, which pleases me endlessly, even if some of them are a bit time consuming to say the least. But that's fine by me. That's fine, because I have spent money on it, so I get my money's worth, if you know what I mean. But the stages are very varied. The vehicles can be a bit wacky. There's only one that I absolutely despise, so I suppose that's not bad going, seeing as there's 29 of them. 29 vehicles, 28 stages at this time, but it doesn't mean it's not going to be updated with more, because some of the achievements, there's two of them that say future achievement, update to follow. So that could be just an update to an achievement, or that could be, an addition of more tracks or vehicles. So either would be welcome. But if I, accidentally have a bit of an accident right here, oh no! Your head hits the ground, floor, ceiling, whatever, you're dead. You get your summary screen and it's back to the upgrade screen, which all seems really cheap or reasonable, but they're not. Basically, you see how some of the sections have, say, there you go, 2 out of 10 I've done already, but by the time you get to sort of 8 or 9, you're up to, about 250,000. And when you consider all of the sections of the vehicle, you want to fully upgrade a vehicle, it costs you a lot of funds. You can watch a video, as you can see at the top there, for 15,000, which is okay. That's a good use of ads. The only other ads that you have in the game are banner ads, but they're removed with one purchase, as it says right in the shop. So you might look at that and say, £5 and then, I get 3 million. That's awesome. But like I said, the upgrades get really expensive, but so do the vehicles themselves and the tracks. They all seem reasonably priced at the beginning, and then everything slows up, and then so it's got its hooks into you, and then oh no, I'm going to need more money, so much more money, because there's so many tracks and they're so varied as well that it makes it really good. I mean, the tracks are one of the real highlights of the game for me. I just found it to be, you buy a new one and it's just so different from the last. I like that a lot. They've done a really good job of keeping variety in that. And it's the same principle with the vehicles. The one-wheeler, the only vehicle I despised. Somehow, the hippie van became like my favourite really early on, because it can climb just about any hill, which is great. The tour bus was hilarious on certain levels, because, like I say, when your head hits the ceiling, you die and it's game over, and there's a level called caves. The ceiling comes in pretty quick, and you and your passengers don't make it very far, which is quite funny. It may make me sick. Am I sick for that? Probably. Let's move on. But as you can see, crazy vehicles. Lots and lots of different vehicles. Even a seasonal one. Speaking of seasonal, they did a Halloween seasonal update where it was just the guy, your little driver, was dressed as Dracula, which was, just a random little quirk. It's nice to see that they, still pay attention to the game. But if we look down here at the achievements, the very, very many achievements that there are 71. I've got 59. I'm making pretty damn good progress. But if you look at them towards the bottom, where I haven't unlocked them yet, they get a bit crazy. And they want you to, replay previous seasonal levels, like the pumpkins. On the level, there's pumpkins scattered throughout the stage, and you've got to destroy 1,000 of them. Yeah, that's going to take a little while. And the same with the North Pole level. you push presents along with your vehicles, and you can push them along to chimneys which is cool because in the level and stuff that gives you 1,000 each time you do one. So that's kind of cool thing to grind out because you get a lot of money doing it. And then you look at some of the others, and that's gonna take some time. Fully upgrade all vehicles. I did the achievement for fully upgrading 5, and that's how I realised just how expensive the upgrades are going to be, because it was just I thought I've grinded out all of this money. I've got so much of it. Awesome. I'm going to be upgrading half the vehicles, and it didn't even do me the first one. I don't think it costs millions to do a vehicle. So as you move on through the game, 29 vehicles to fully upgrade. I'm not sure I'm going to live that long or ever have that much money to put, real money in it. But regardless of that, it is great, but you have to bear in mind that with this game, if you're not willing to put money in, your mileage will vary, because you'll either have to play it so long to, get the vehicles, the stages, whatnot, or you're going to give up, which is, it's just down to you, isn't it, really? At the end of the day, do you want to put money in or not? Or are you more of a grinder? Myself, I do a lot of grinding in games. I've got no problems with that. Just to spend time with. There's that one vehicle that changes everything, because if you go with the motorbike, the motocross bike on the moon, especially if you are doing the upgrades early on. So I've fully upgraded the motocross bike, and one of the upgrades is to do it so that you have more control in the air. And on the moon, they've got a moon level, and the gravity is really, really light, so you fly. So you just fly and spin, do all your flips and stuff, and it's kind of bizarrely relaxing. It's therapeutic. I've done it for quite a long time, quite a lot, to grind out as many achievements as I could and get as much funds as I could for my achievements. And yeah, that's the way to do it if you want to get money. So if you wanted to try to get through as much of the game as you possibly could without putting money in, that's the way you want to do it. The motocross bike on the moon. All that said, my rating of the game, from my experience, I give it an 8 out of 10. I'm a huge fan. I don't have any problems with spending money on a game. If it's amused me for enough hours, that's great. I'd much rather put a few quid into a game like this that's going to amuse me for many, many, many hours than spend 60 quid on a new release from my PlayStation 4 or Xbox One, because a season pass is coming. So this is great. I'm perfectly happy with putting money into a game, and plus it helps to support that developer and gives the potential for more. But enough of me rambling on. I give it 8 out of 10. I say it's a free-to-play game. Let me know if you decide you want to get it, if you think it's a good idea, and tell me if you thought this was helpful. Any feedback would be very much appreciated. Thank you very much for your time.